Greetings, gods of semen. My name is Laert. Here, you discover that seminal retention is the secret to realizing your full male potential rather than merely a technique. I can declare with confidence that learning to channel this life force changes every element of your life, since I have studied the scientific, spiritual, and psychological facets of this trip in great detail. Prepare yourself for a new journey of mental, physical, and spiritual development if you lack drive, energy, or even a clear sense of your mission. Before we continue, let me say that I will only respond to inquiries from people who send a thank you message that is more than $5. In addition to helping the channel expand, this payment encourages YouTube to provide this information to more guys who are in dire need. So, if this topic directly resonates with you and you're prepared to make a change, stick with me through to the finish, because I'll provide important information that will dramatically change your life. Since this is just the start of an exciting adventure of discovery, don't miss the chance to activate the bell and subscribe to the channel. Be a part of this transformative movement by joining us. All it takes is one click to unleash your inner strength to a new level. When I maintain my semen and concur my vital energy, I experience a profoundly powerful feeling, because I understand that this attitude awakens subtle dimensions within me and subtly changes my perception of the world, as if every sensation became more intense and every connection deeper, even though many people are unaware of what goes on in this process. I do this with conviction because I have found that sometimes subtle forces that are normally dispersed come together in me to generate a kind of attraction that is nearly undetectable and draws people's attention, even if they are not sure why they are drawn to me. I'll admit that at first I was taken aback by the sudden resurgence of old friendships, the unexpected resurgence of relationships that had seemed to be over, and the unexpected return of opportunities that I had assumed were gone. All of this made me wonder how much I was truly thinking alone, because I believe that seminal retention not only maintains my physical vitality, but also develops my interior fields, developing a psychic sensitivity that allows me to understand what was previously invisible. I prefer to refer to this experience as a vibrational expansion. Reports of people telling you incredibly vivid and symbolic dreams after some time of retention usually grab my interest. When I consider myself, I see that these dreams have evolved into useful messengers that provide answers to problems or point out the best course of action. I like to think about how, when I wake up, I frequently feel as though I was given precise instructions for the difficulties I face, as though a force greater than myself is leading me down a path of fulfillment and development. I have even believed that this energy reservoir, not being wasted, actually creates secret catwalks in tune with other minds. It seems to me that every thought I have is a higher frequency that reaches those who are in tune, whether in dream or during a peaceful moment. I see some people interpreting these experiences as extrasensory perception or a high spiritual connection. Others simply perceive this strength as enigmatic, yet very real, acting in silence behind the scenes, while others characterize it as dormant spiritual forces awakened by the purity of semen. I feel this magnetism practically tangible when I look about and see that I draw attention in public settings. It's as like I carry a trusting aura that emanates from the back of my being and affects how others perceive me. I don't think it's just a change in posture or a boost in self-confidence. I think it's the combination of all these things, plus the new vitality that permeates every cell, thought, and human connection I have, rather than fading. This process even affects my intuition, since I can now see clearly what people are trying to do, which makes it easier for me to recognize when a scenario is truly helpful, or when it's an emotional trap that tries to drag me back to old habits. I can't even begin to count the number of times I've woken up with dreams warning me about potential pitches, strange people, or rash decisions that would jeopardize my personal development. I'll admit that today, I place a lot more weight on these unconscious messages. I believe that every incident, no matter how odd, contributes to the puzzle I refer to as self-knowledge. In order to better grasp the idea that everything reverberates in an unseen web of delicate exchanges, I pay special attention to how my energy interacts with that of others. In my opinion, whether someone comes back from the past or when a unique chance presents itself, it's all a part of a bigger plan that shows itself as progress in thee. Practice of retention. Are you prepared to elevate your morals to a new plane? I introduce my most recent book, Alchemy of the Gods, which offers a thorough understanding of Kundalini, knowledge of crystalline oil, and spiritual freedom. This is the missing roadmap if you're looking for a real awakening and personal change. Regardless of your current stage in life, discover profound and useful lessons to harmonize your body, mind, and soul. The best part is that Alchemy of the Gods is accessible wherever you are, and at your own pace thanks to its physical, digital, and audiobook formats. To guarantee your copy, click the link in the description and the remark repaired right now. First of all, though, I have something new that you are not prepared for. With almost 2 hours of exclusive content covering the 6 key elements regarding seminal retention, get ready to learn about the audiobook Semen Retention Success Path. This is the crucial key you've been searching for if you want to recover focus, unlock life energy, and experience long-lasting personal progress. Additionally, you instantly get 30% off the ebook The Art of Semen Retention for Men when you buy the audiobook. This booklet further enhances its spiritual development, emotional equilibrium, and life purpose with 20 pages of sophisticated approaches. Seize this unique opportunity to go forward toward a new, fulfilling reality. Lastly, I'd like to extend an invitation to join my channel. You will receive exclusive advantages from YouTube as a member, like priority responses, early access to content, and more. Additionally, your active involvement keeps this initiative going and brings more and more revolutionary news. Don't pass up this chance to transform your life. Get your book or audiobook by clicking the link, then come along on this voyage of self-discovery and personal development with us. I like to think that by holding on to my semen, quietly but powerfully increasing my presence in the world and encouraging synchronics and reunions with a purpose, I will be able to mature beyond my previous state. I also see that this process is not restricted to mystical encounters or unexplainable occurrences, as it encompasses highly pragmatic facets of my everyday existence, like how I handle discussions, professional chances, and personal obstacles that demand concentration and energy. I believe that this sphere of presence that grew around me is the reason why I frequently find the most receptive people to listen to me, take into account my thoughts, or offer me partnership. Simultaneously, I become more aware of my own behavior, since I know that when I am strengthening my inner power, I also get admiring looks, but they can also be accompanied by jealousy or mistrust. It is undeniable that I have already gone through difficult times when I had to defend myself against those who sought to take advantage of this energy without giving it back in kind. Because I think seminal retention is a potent growth tool, a sort of propeller spring that enables us to perceive aspects of ourselves that were previously underutilized. I'm pleased to share my experience with other men who are looking to improve their mood. I believe that people who choose to preserve this basic component of existence are favored by divine intelligence, or perhaps a natural mechanism, which has advantages for both the mind and the emotions, in addition to the body. Practice necessitates discipline because it involves battling temptations and desires along the road. But I've come to understand that the benefits of conquering this initial obstacle include improved mental clarity, self-control, and a sense of liberation. As if something inside me was stronger with each cycle where I avoid wasting my essence, I feel my body vibrate at a different rhythm when I meditate or reflect. It seems as though my unconscious reorganizes my fears, desires, and hopes through sleep and dreams, acting as filters to highlight solutions that I may otherwise overlook in the midst of daily living. Now that I understand that when semen is not thrown away carelessly, there is extra energy working in my favor even while I sleep, I'm no longer astounded to wake up knowing exactly what I need to do to solve a situation that worried me. When I recall dreams that seem to convey greater messages, almost as if they were communications from a higher power, I also detect a subtle sense of mission, reminding me of my worth and my capacity to make a positive impact on the lives of others around me. I enjoy observing how these changes show themselves in discussions, in how people perceive the challenges I face on a daily basis, and even in the inventiveness I apply to my projects. Every time I decide to keep the semen, I feel as though I'm making a commitment to my own development and unlocking doors inside of me that previously appeared closed. Signifies a dedication to the notion that I can be more than a slave to my desires. I can direct this creative energy and use it to generate ideas, constructive connections, and decisions that get me closer to my life's objectives. I constantly wonder how something as easy as choosing not to ejaculate regularly may affect my inner world and interactions with others. But I can't deny that when I look back, I see a before and after light in my conduct, posture, and how other people perceive me. It's like discovering a treasure that was concealed within me, but that I just let out without giving it the respect it deserves. Since I understand that everyone has the capacity to raise their vibrational frequency, broaden their consciousness, and have seemingly amazing experiences, this resource is not limited to me. Men who have chosen to test retention send me notes about improbable encounters, possibilities that come up out of nowhere, and renewed relationships. I get excited because these stories are so different from my own life. I therefore maintain that this is a genuine shift in the energy field that we currently issue and exchange, not a coincidence. When people ask me if this is spirituality or science, I respond that it makes both sense since I don't care about labels anymore. All I see are measurable and life-changing outcomes. Every odd event, like having a dream about someone and that person searching for me the following day, strengthens my belief that we are far more interconnected than we realize. Semen itself may be a crucial component of this apparatus, acting as mental fuel and enabling a broader design of our intentions. Since I believe that true value is in discovering who I am as a being who interacts in an interconnected cosmos, I like to argue that seminal retention, when viewed solely as a means of gaining more physical vigor or attracting better looks, does not cover the entirety of this route. I want to think that if in the past I was only able to perceive what was tangible, now I allow myself to notice indications that life is far more enigmatic and full of opportunities, as if every decision to retain my semen were a means of reinforcing my dedication to my essence and a purpose of being that goes beyond any immediate satisfaction. I feel a part of something greater when I reflect and delve into this maze of connections. When people ask me if I don't miss letting go of this energy, I respond that I've learned to resignify it and use it as a source of ideas, talents, and views that help me achieve far more fulfilling outcomes. Since the practice of retention has become an essential component of my personal development, as I think back on the chapter in question, I feel that it is not just a simple change of habit, but a journey towards a more complete version of myself, one in which every reunion with the past, every intense dream, and every small accomplishment invites me to move on. Do you feel that your ambition to grow is being crushed by fatigue and a lack of purpose? Now is the moment to make this change and go forward with its development. To learn how to discover your genuine inner strength, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and view the suggested video.